Also very
That part is fun.
Yeah, that's Flying Beyond. Actually, I composed this piece when I was in Mexico. I was living in Mexico, and I had a beautiful house of one of my friends. We were living in a castle, fantastic place, and I just loved watching outside in the garden were colibris, so hummingbirds. So the hummingbird, it flies like it hangs still, but it also moves very fast. So it's like it's beyond flying what he does, I think, and I just imagine this as flying beyond. The other part that this piece inspired is by the great Shakti with John McLaughlin and Zaki Hussain. They played a duet called The Wish, and this piece is very much inspired by their piece. You can recognize a lot of the groove, the basic division of the 9 is based on the groove. This, for me, it was the ideal setting to perform it with you guys, because I don't know, you found this amazing groove on the piano,
Yeah.
the prepared piano.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Really
Kind of mechanical effects.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And then you are like a hummingbird flying beyond.
I enjoyed that particular section where the groovy section when he was grooving, and I could introduce a light raga, mand raga into and do a little bit folkish kind of improvisation on that. Yes.
Fantastic.
So the next piece, Lisa, I originally composed for a classical violinist. She'll perform it soon with a sort of harpsichord like this. And I think that the pattern that I came up with works in different settings, you know. So it was a little bit of an experiment to see how it would work with Bansuri and tabla instead of more early music instruments and violin and bold instruments. That's nice about this lineup. I think, as you mentioned before, and you as well, if you bring in other stuff that usually you play with other instruments and you put it into this kind of setting, it really gets a different character. That's what I like very much about the take of Lisa.
I love the rhythm the rhythm is actually a Turkish Arabic rhythm.
Yeah, sort of Georgian, 10/8.
Yes.
Yeah.
These sort of melodies I always, I enjoy. I think like an Indian musician, but I don't play Indian stuff there. It's like a chromatic thing. I have to when I have to play these lines, like the Western classical or jazz lines, and play and put my Indian soul into that. I always enjoy doing that.
And the rhythm was fun. I use different tablas, which is very uncommon. To use really consciously in the 10 beat cycle, different tunings, different pitches.
That's called tabla-tarang.
Yes.
Tarang is like,
You can make melody.
Yes.
Yeah. Tabla-tarang, they use the whole scale. You can play ragas. So we have Bangalore,
That's my city.
composer of Bangalore, and
But
a man from Bangalore.
Who lives in Bangalore?
Yes, and I
So
love
who's
Bangalore.
more important? The Bangalorean, or the Bangalore composer, or the guy who loves Bangalore? Who's?
Yes. I think I'll run away with everything because I love the dosas.
Originally, I wrote this with a sort of clockwork in mind. So it's this thing in a slow 7, where the right hand and the left hand. I imagine opening one of those antique clocks, where you see all the mechanics go into each other. So it totally fits each other every time.
me, this melody is like my city. This is a cosmopolitan melody. Anyone can come here, live here happily. Still, they find their community, they find their art. You can always find French things happening in Bangalore, European things happening, American things, and the states, the different states of India, Tamil, like Tamil-speaking people, Malayalam, Telugu, North Indians, everyone living in harmony in Bangalore. So this composition is just like that. It's like various elements of the world doing something harmonious together.
Nice.
Bangalore